What is a first kiss?
That's a pretty awesome thing. And to share it in front of your closest family and friends, even though it's kind of thousands of them.
Your guests feel awkward at your wedding, you know, short and sweet, to the point, don't miss. That's another one.
What do you think Jill and Derek are looking forward to the most?
Yeah, let me think the best way to say this here.
I think just getting to be together all the time and not even having to have chaperones anymore.
Hey guys, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. Anna Duggar shows back up on Instagram. Jill Duggar runs away to Oregon. Oh my gosh, alert the press. It's time for some Duggar tea. All right, it's Friday, August 6th, and we need to start talking about the Duggars because it's what you guys are obsessed with, and why wouldn't we? There's 90,000 of them. Well, there's not, but you know what I'm saying. Anna Duggar has been very quiet, very quiet on social media since her husband's arrest for CSAM. And she has essentially moved in with Josh at the Guardian's house and abandoned her social media. We have not heard one tiny peep from Anna in weeks, months. The last time she posted was right before Josh was arrested, and it was a photo of a bunch of the granddaughters that have been born all in a row, and they were talking about whether or not, you know, what the genders would be of the next kids. So it turns out that the streak of girls has not stopped, and Anna is about to have another girl, which I still don't know what her due date is. I would think maybe September, October-ish. She appeared to be further along than 3 months when they announced everything in April, but that's just my opinion. So she has not posted at all on social media, and likely because Josh Duggar is the one that owns the social media accounts. During the bond hearing, it was revealed that the Instagram account was actually a family account, and that Josh had the password for these accounts, and that Josh also, so their Instagram and their Facebook were all like a family account. It wasn't, while it's under Anna's name, it's Anna and Josh's joint account. So they kind of tricked you in that. But a sleuth of mine showed me this on Instagram. So I'm gonna blur out the face of the baby, but Anna actually hearted a photo of her sister Susanna's baby back in July. So on July 20th, so like 17 days ago, Susanna Keller shared a photo of her child, blurred out, and it says, "Our little man is 3 months old," and it was liked by Anna Duggar. So Anna Duggar is on the gram. She's peeping, she's cruising, meaning she's likely paying attention to what's being said and what's not being said, and she's at least seeing what happens. She might not have thought that anyone would see this because I believe that Susanna has a privated account. My follower just happens to be following her. I don't follow Susanna. Do you think that Anna thought if she would to heart something behind a private account that anyone would find it? Now that you know that, even though she hasn't said anything publicly, and now that you know that she's still on Instagram and she's still watching and seeing what she's is being said, do you think she is digesting any of the things that are being said about her? Do you think she's just sort of shaking her head? Do you think she wants to comment and she's not commenting? She didn't say anything on the post, and she hasn't said anything publicly since Josh was arrested. She has been completely silent, which is not normal, because prior to his arrest, she uploaded content onto her Instagram constantly. Josh has a background in social media, in politics, and he's very keen and understands how to run social media. So I've always thought that it's not just that she's quiet because of the arrest, but I also think it's because Josh was probably the one that approved what she put on her Instagram, because he controls everything, because he's like the master of the domain. So I partially believe that she's not posting because Josh can't post. Does that make sense? But she's hearting comments, so it's a good sign of life from Anna Duggar out there. Anna is alive and well. All right, now on to Jill. Jill Dillard, she took a little bit of a break from social media, and she's back and at it, and she is now on a trip in Oregon. So she and her husband Derek packed up the kids and drove from Arkansas to Oregon. And they did a trip like this last year. I can't remember where they went. Last year they went to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So this year they go to the other side of the coast and they go to Oregon and they're at the beach. So she shared a steamy photo on her Instagram. So she shared a steamy photo of her and Derek kissing at the beach, which said, "Glad to have some time to get away from some of the more stressful things in life lately. Seaside, Oregon." And then it looks like she's going to visit Monique, her photographer. And Monique said to her, "Yay, see y'all soon, love birds." And she said, "Can't wait to see y'all." And she said, "Hope you checked out Canyon Beach. It's even better." And it's apparently her very first time in Oregon and they're having fun. And then today she posted more photos of them at the beach. And she said, "First date in Oregon is a hit. Seaside Beach, Dillard family 2021. Let's like your favorite spots in the comments." So she is on a trip and they shared a steamy kiss and they are going to go visit Monique, her photographer. And I also was wondering if she might end up going to visit Audrey Roloff. She is friends with Audrey and Tori on Instagram. Now, I'm not sure. So Jeremy and Audrey live in Bend, which is on the other end of the state. It's about 5 hours from where she is. So maybe she's not going to visit Jeremy and Audrey. Who knows? When she said she was going to Oregon, I thought she was probably going to go visit them. But being that Bend and Seaside are very far from each other, maybe it's not where they're going to go see them. But it sounds like she's going to go see her photographer. Now, this is the same photographer that's also done photos for the Roloffs as well. And she does a lot of photos for fundies. So she's taking her kids like from one coast to the other, showing them the sights, showing them the life, and it looks like she's able to find a way to de-stress and connect with some friends. One of the harder parts for the Duggars right now is that they are obviously under a massive microscope, and everyone has an opinion and everyone has something to say. That's what we cover on this channel, and dozens and dozens of media outlets that are tracking everything that's happening with the family since Josh Duggar's arrest. Knowing the magnitude of the microscope life they're living under, it must feel intense. And so getting offline and driving and getting away from that stress is probably really important for their mental health. Jill has been under a considerable amount of stress for the last several years, having come forward about her own issues with her family and being sort of the whistleblower on what happened on Counting On with her not getting paid and speaking up for some of her siblings who were not paid. So Jill also, because of everything that's happened, is still very much estranged from the family, and this current situation has caused a further divide with the family. If you remember, about a month ago when Sam turned 4, she was supposed to just have James over for birthday, to have his birthday with Sam, and Jana showed up. And then within like a day of that, Jana put up the photos of Sam for his birthday. And then a day later, the Duggars took those photos down. So I feel like there is some love lost here, with Jill likely asking the Duggars to remove those photos because, well, they weren't on the show and she's, estranged from them. So she probably felt like, why are you putting my kid on your Instagram, right? So she is taking off and she's relying on Derek and the kids and really settling into life with that, which is awesome. Derek is studying for the bar. He just graduated from law school. So they have a lot to go on. So in this episode, you have heard that Anna Duggar is peeping on Instagram and Jill is fleeing to Oregon. My question is, again, with knowing that Anna is peeping around Instagram and watching and liking things, do you think we could expect that she might start making a comeback? Do you think she might say hi again? Do you think she might just say a statement? Or do you think she's gonna wait until the criminal case is settled? I feel like she's in a no-win situation. So if she says anything, she's gonna get destroyed. And I also feel like because of the situation she's in, they probably don't want her to say anything because they don't want her to be able to use anything she says could be potentially used against Josh in court. So if she gives any sort of testimony or sort of like any idea of like what the defense might be, it could ruin his defense and it would give like the government an idea of what their defense will be. So usually in regards to criminal cases, lawyers will say to not say anything. So she might just not be saying anything because of in their world, Josh is the authority. And so if Josh says, no, if I can't say anything, you can't say anything, she then can't say anything. So as long as she's under her umbrella of authority and Josh is the one holding the reins, maybe the best we can do is see a heart comment from her on a post for her nephew. Either way, we know Anna's alive and well, at least alive, and Jill has fled Arkansas on her way to Oregon to get away from the stress. What kind of stress specifically do you think she's fleeing? Is it the stuff with her parents? Is it stuff with Josh? Is it all of the above? Tell me in the comments below. Bye, guys.